Hello again, viewers. Welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. I'm your host, Solomon, aka Bruce, and I have my co host with me, as always, Mr. Chama. Nagabnak.
Boy, boy, I cannot complain, man. I can't complain. FPL wise, maybe I can complain a lot, but yeah, football
Uh,
wise, I cannot. I cannot.
yeah, you guys are on
All
top,
good.
13 points. Anyway, we'll talk about that later on. So this is FPL game week 14 and 15 preview. So the games are coming in thick and fast right now. So we're gonna have to double up on some of those game weeks and lump them into one episode because we basically won't have time to put out multiple episodes for each game week. So yeah. Timestamp is Monday, December 2nd. It's about what 5:30 p.m. here in the
Wow,
US,
today we're going
California,
early.
West Coast. Yeah, yeah. Take advantage as much as you can. So yeah. What's the timestamp? Obviously,
Oh,
you
it's
guys know.
just about 10:28. So 2 minutes from now, the price changes in FPL should kick in.
Interesting. Yeah. Um. So yeah. First things first. We just jump right into some of the results. I think I'll just put that up so we can share and discuss. I saw a bit of a few games, not a full game, apart from the Manchester United game, which you talk about in the
Yeah.
fan corner, obviously. But yeah, some games. I'll just go through some of these results. Like you see here, Brighton 1, Southampton 1, Brentford 4, Leicester 1. You would think that 4-1, or you think Momo had a party, but was barely involved. Even watching some parts of the game, his position was a bit weird. He was further,
Yeah.
yeah, he was not close to the box as you would want him to be. So I mean, it's good luck on my part that I sold him last week. I was thinking, I'm
No,
gonna
you
be
got
selling this
you,
week.
you are spot on. You are spot. You got it. You got it there. Of course, the fixture you would have expected
Yeah,
him, especially after
yeah,
they scored four. You would have expected him to be part of it and as the talisman. But at the end of the day, you made the decision. It was comes out very good, and now going forward, everybody is looking to sell him. So you have got
mm,
there ahead of time. So
yeah.
that is what you always want to do in FPL to get somewhere to make a decision just before people start to make
Just go,
that
yeah,
decision.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Shade scored a hat trick, but my like apart from Momo, who is obviously a talisman, it's just maybe form you can say, or maybe tactics. I don't know which is which, but
Mhm.
Visa has been really good. Regardless, he's been really
Definitely.
consistent with the goals. Yeah, so he's interesting. But yeah, I think the reason why people are selling is because of the fixtures. It's not the best right
Yeah.
now. It's not looking good
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
them. So yeah, Crystal Palace won, Newcastle won. Not expecting those results. Forest 1, Ipswich 1. Okay. Wolves 2, Bournemouth 4 in this game. I mean, Bournemouth, man, I don't know. People are sleeping on them, but they're very good side. Well coached, basically, you can say. So,
Mhm.
yeah. West Ham 2, Arsenal 5. This is an interesting game because I was like, what's going on? The goals are just going in. And shout out to my man, Wan Bissaka also scored again. Second, I think it's
Mhm.
second game in a row he's scoring
Yeah, yeah,
goals.
definitely.
So
Now he's
yeah,
becoming.
I was
Everybody's
like,
gonna buy him. The
did he hold him?
casuals.
Did Manu hold him back from his potential? What's going on there? I mean, 5-2. Saka is on fire. Like I said, I think Odegaard is very key to this. What do you call it again? To this Arsenal team. I think he's very key,
Mhm.
honestly. You see, all of a sudden, everything is clicking for Arsenal. They're like the Arsenal we know that are like free flowing, scoring goals for fun. Yeah, they're pretty scary when they're on this form, and it's just so unlucky that we're gonna play them next. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be fun. Chelsea 3-0, Aston Villa. I was expecting more of a closer result in this game, but I mean, yeah,
Mm.
you know,
I was not.
Manu.
Aston Villa have been woeful after European games. They are struggling to deal with the demands of playing in Europe, and then I think they have not won any single game this season
Wow.
after coming back from a European game, and they have been in bad form recently. So
Hmm.
for me, it was not a major surprise. Only like we did not consider, maybe it's a bit of a surprise because we did not consider Palmer strongly for the captaincy, but I think that is down to his form coming into the game
Yeah, coming to
rather
this
than
game, yeah, yeah,
what Villa was. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Spurs 1, Fulham 1. Obviously, the Man U game and Everton and Liverpool, Man City, which is the game of the week for me. We'll talk about that in the fan corner. So, Yeah, I mean things are looking good right there. So jump to our game mix. Can you share your screen and see how well? I think you had a surprise captaincy, which I was shocked that you went with. But yeah, it's still part of FPL.
So, surprise, yeah, in a way. But like I said, this is the third time this season I've captained Bebo actually. So, like out of 13
Oh,
games,
okay,
you
yeah. I
captain
think
him.
you
This
said
is the
I
third
think you
time.
said he came good for you in the last two times you
Yeah,
captained.
definitely. This is the first time just like I told you last week when we spoke.
Mm.
Like the weeks you expect to have. When I was bragging about having a full squad of home players and
Home
stuff
pro
like that,
players, yeah.
a lot of captaincy options. It turned out to be a very a very dire week. Way more, like I said, 13 times this season. I captained him 3 times. And he has not blanked at home all season. This was the first time this season that Moimo failed to score or assist at home. So, like, maybe considering the fact Salah scored, Saka scored, and Palmer scored, big, and everybody went towards those players as a captaincy.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mbeumo one will look strange in that way because the big hitters did well. But yeah, I thought he had the fixture because he was playing Leicester at home. And then they surely did because they won 4-1 at the end of the day.
Yeah, I
And then
mean
when
they
I saw
did
the
well
four,
as a team. Yeah, as a
yeah,
team, yeah, they did well.
exactly. So when you see four, like if somebody asks you, can you guess the players who score without looking at the result, you will
You say
definitely
Mo,
say
definitely.
Momo is one of those players. So
Yeah.
yeah. But to go out with FPL is a brutal game, right? You come out with 4 points and then the other captains are coming out with 20 something points. It's brutal. That is how brutal the game is. So that's why sometimes people just stick with the big hitters, and then if you fail, you fail together. If you pass together. But yeah, it was a really difficult week for me in terms of the points. But some players did come good for me. For example, Sanchez. I haven't got any clean sheet since he gave me that 15 pointer. He came out with a clean sheet this time around. Trent too. I know he's not in many teams, but it was a last minute change. Actually, I was gonna start with Vandenberg, and then Vandenberg, I was not feeling him too much for over Trent, and then I felt Trent was gonna start because Bradley, I knew he was out of this game because of injury. And Anna Slot already said that Trent is fit to start now, so I don't see any reason why he will not start him. So that's why I say, okay, let me start Trent over Vandenberg. And then it turns out Solanke did not play, and Vandenberg had to come in anyways. So even if I didn't start Trent, he would have come in. So in defense, he was my savior there with his 8 points. The sports guys, Pedro Porro, continue, to disappoint against the smaller teams. And when he play Man City, he's a beast, scoring 14 points to big teams. Tottenham, I cannot understand them. I had Nuri.
That's for you, yeah.
Yeah, I had Nuri. I brought in. He got 0 points. I continue to have nightmare with my picks. I might, not make transfers going forward because, like, this season, I think that he has been quite a strength for me making transfers, and those transfers coming and making impact in my team immediately. That has not been the case this season. I've been struggling with every transfer I've made so far. I was trying to look back and see which one did it get right, and I struggle to remember anytime I get a transfer right this season. So Ayat Nuri was the latest one among those, with Zao Pedro, of course. He also got 2 points. He's up there. So 2 points with my transfers this week. Vandenberg, he got 2 points. He come in for Solanke. Like Son, 2 points. The sports guy. Salah, 13 points. Mbeumo, the captain, 4 points. Palmer, 14 points. And up top you have the double Brighton players, 2 points that Welbeck and Joao Pedro. So that was my week. I ended the week with 56 points when everybody was flying. Just below the average, 60.
Of 60.
So yeah, it is not the end of the world, but yeah, it could have been better. And I take what I have, because yeah, it was my decisions which did not work out well for me, so it cost me. So yeah, but I keep going, to be honest. We were speaking about that earlier. The way the season is going, you should never give up, because the things are changing like quickly. You can remember remember when the game started this season, when you had Ben a couple of times here, he was flying all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden you see him going down, then all of a sudden he's climbing up again. You get to a point where you felt, this season is already dead, and now you are already coming back. You are coming back up. So it's an unprecedented season in terms of points where they are coming from. They are coming from all over the place. The usual suspect like Haaland, is not delivering, and now
it's delivering.
More brave people are getting out. So it's gonna be an interesting season going forward. There's going to be
I like it this way. Yeah, because it forces people to play and not be lazy. Now you actually have to think about your captains and not just stick it on Salah and then just not Salah, sorry, Haaland, and then focus on other things, because he was almost everybody had him. Now you actually have to make sure you plan to see when to have these premiums and whether it's the right time to have them. It's good.
It's interesting. Yeah. How about you? How did you do?
Let's look at my game week.
You are flying. I saw you flying.
Oh yeah. Finally Salah is in. So 83 points all out. It's very weird. Normally I have good keepers. Remember, I always pass FPL. I always had keepers that were consistent, or I always have that the keeper that everybody wants, because I just happen to choose them. Now this season it's not something I can brag about. My keepers have been terrible. So Flecken 2 points, Vandenberg 2 points, Gabriel with 9. Happy about that. Ed Nuri, like you yourself, also. I think he only had one good game week that I've brought him in, if I can remember correctly. Since then, it's been very poor. So maybe I'll look to take out of my team, but not yet, anyways. Maybe once their fixtures get worse, maybe I'll actually make that move. But it's not a priority for me right now. Captain Salah, who I brought in this week, 26 points. Palmer also, who I brought in this week, 14 points. Rogers with 2, and then Saka with 18. So yeah. And then you have Cunha with 2. Jackson, who's been a mainstay in my team, for the longest time he's been there. I didn't think about it. this time.
No, he's on my side right now. Even looking at Chelsea's fixtures, he's on my side, to be honest.
Yeah.
You got there early. This is what you want to do in FPL. Always get somewhere. Think ahead of the game. Try to get there before everyone get there. And that is what I have been struggling with this season, to be honest. I cannot really get those players. Sometimes I see that, okay, I should get this player this week, right? But then I kind of contemplate, and then 1 week pass, 2 weeks pass, and then I don't do that move, and then it becomes all of a sudden it becomes a popular pick for everyone. Then at the end, I will get there, just like Saka. I'm gonna get there this week. I think a couple of weeks ago you told me do it now with Palmer and finish with it. I did not do it. I did the Palmer one last week, and then the second one I prolonged it for a couple of weeks. Now I'm doing it now, right? So I'm not getting those decisions right, but hopefully maybe as the season progress, maybe
get better.
Yeah. Like they say, law of averages. Hopefully it will turn my way some point.
Yeah, I think we are lucky enough that because Haaland is not doing so well, we have these premiums that are doing well. Saka for me is going to be a mainstay in my team, because the fixtures, the way Arsenal's fixtures they have been this season, you will never have a whole 10 or 15 games of green. It's always a few greens there mixed with 1 or 2 reds. But Arsenal is a big team. I think they should be second this season or first, whatever the case may be. But they're up there with the top 2, so he's going to be there.
Absolutely,
yeah. So
absolutely.
Salah. My case with Salah, I was thinking to write him off this season, but then here we are.
he is.
He was hurting my rank, bro, so bad. I was like, what, let me get forget about
it. But captaincy is good. You know what disappointed me the most this season? You mentioned Haaland, right? You mentioned Haaland about Haaland is not doing well. Because I think I prepared myself for Haaland not doing well. From last season, not picking Haaland the whole season. And then the fact that he's not doing well, and then I still struggle on that, it disappoints me a lot, because I prepared myself compared to others who were very, Haaland, we are in the...
We're scared. We're basically scared.
Yeah, we're scared of Haaland. Yeah. So I kind of get rid of that for myself, but still, I am... Yeah, so that disappoints me a lot. I think I should have been doing better than...
You should have taken that advantage long time ago. Maybe, first 2... After the hat trick, and then okay, whatever, it's okay. I've gotten that Haaland fare out of me from last season, so let me capitalize and got onto these premiums way earlier than you should have. But
but actually, I sold him. I sold him. I don't have him, but the fact that I still sell him and then not doing well is what I mean is disappointing. Yeah,
maybe
because,
it's
yeah.
the players you got in play
Yeah, I got the wrong
place.
players
That's
again.
why.
Again, there are many
Yeah,
players who are doing well. There are many players that are
yeah,
not doing well. Players fluctuating. Tottenham guys, they are the biggest culprit. Tottenham guys,
yeah.
Solanke and Son, they are the biggest culprit. And you know how much I love Son, but he has been really dreadful in my team this season.
Yeah, but Son, I think he's gonna struggle this because his age is catching up
Yeah,
with him. Too many games, injuries. Once you get to this age as a footballer, your minutes should be limited. But right now they're relying on him and he's playing too many games, so he's gonna be in and out of the team,
with
inconsistent.
some
But
dodgy
yeah,
hamstrings, right?
yeah, yeah. So moving. What was your game rank and your rank right now? I think we forgot to update. So,
I forgot to say that. Yeah, because it's so bad. What is the game? The
it's
game
not
week
bad.
rank was 6.3 million, and my overall rank now is 1.4 million. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm there.
we're not far apart. Like I said, I was looking at the Kotu Classic and then I saw, Chama is just up there somewhere.
Yeah,
Not
I
far.
can see him
Yeah,
there.
first time. Yeah, my game week rank was 1.1 and then overall rank is now from 2.9 something, and then now 1.6. So yeah, not too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, you're fine.
Not too bad at
200K in
all.
between.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Um.
really interesting to see how it finished.
Yeah, it's going to be lots of ups and downs. I'm sure of it. Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be. Moving on to the Kotu Classic Mini-league update. For this week, the manager of the week is AAB34. Let me just share that. Right. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry. Let me add that to the share. With 102 points.
Wow, that's
So
massive.
Abubakar Bari, GMSL. So yeah, 102 points. That's massive. I don't think he played any chip. It's just had the right players. So Raya in goal, Aina, Colwell, Ait Nouri,
Yeah,
Palmer,
the
Momo,
midfield.
Salah, Saka, Odegaard. I think Odegaard also, and Strand Larsen, another
Yeah,
person that had a
yeah,
hat
yeah,
trick, right?
yeah.
He had a hat trick, I think, or
He
two
had
goals.
he had a he had a brace. He had a brace.
Two goals,
A
two goals.
couple of players had hat trick. That was Shade
Yeah, Shade, somebody
and
else.
Kluivert, right?
Yeah,
Justin
hat trick of
Kluivert.
penalties. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah,
Hmm.
congrats, AAB34 for being the manager of the week for this week.
Hmm.
That puts you into seventh, so honorable mention there. So the top five, another changes. We have a lot of changes again.
Yeah.
Moving up to fifth is Naftali Wambolo. Moving up to fourth is Flex GSMS, yes. Third is Hakan Ait Somerset. Some new names, man.
Hmm.
And second is Bakari Minte, the Honest Patterns, and still in first from last week is Marek Sanyang. So yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot of big scores like 89s, 90s, 97. Christopher Blair, our guy, is in sixth. It seems like he's having a good season.
He's locking around there.
Yeah, he's doing very well this season. Yeah.
Hmm. We
Um,
should bring him on. We should have him on.
we definitely should. Let's see what the secret is. Like, well, I hope you don't give him bad
Yeah.
luck like Ben, because Ben came
Like,
on this morning. All of a sudden, he stopped doing well. I'm sure he's gonna blame me. Oh man. Yeah. So Kotu Classic Mini-league. Not Kotu Classic. Sorry. The what do you call it again? Fan corner.
the fan con. Yeah.
For the first time in a while, I think both of our clubs had a win. More so ManU than Liverpool, because
Yeah.
you guys have lost only one game all season basically, so you don't have any problems. So it's
Hmm.
mostly my team, new coach, first game at Old Trafford. New formation, the 3-4-3.
Hmm.
Basically, it's like a refresh, you can say, because the coach is getting to look all the players and see which one fit into his team. We basically have now two teams, one that plays in in Europe, and the other one that plays in the league. In last week, Hoyland, who scored a brace last week, he was a
Hmm.
starter, he was a striker, but in the league, seems like he's more preferable to Rashford. But I think it's just him trying to manage the minutes of our players, because we have a lot of games coming up, a lot of games, especially this Christmas period. This whole December is
Yeah.
like too many games, probably like an average of 2 games a week for every team. So yeah,
Hmm.
Ahmad, who's the star of the show against Everton. I'm happy for the performance at this stage, because it's not all about results, even though results is important because we might be able to get into top four Europe, which is very good for us. But
Mm-hmm.
it's more so how well the players are reacting to the new coach, the new system. Whether they have belief, they are buying into the ideas. And I think some of them are gradually. And we're getting some injuries. Some people that players are returning from injury. Luke Shaw is back. Euro might be back. He might feature against Arsenal. But the
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is, right now, our fixtures are going to turn, which is not going to be easy. We have, I think, what Man City, we have Arsenal, we have Man City, somewhere we have Spurs in the cup game. I don't even know who else we have. Some tough games, basically. Let me just verify that and see which games we have coming up. Fixtures. Yeah. So Man U, we have Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, not an easy game. Then Man City. Then we have a bit of a break. Bournemouth, which is not a break. They're a difficult team to play against. Wolves, Newcastle is also a difficult game, and then Liverpool. So yeah, these next few games are going to be, I think,
Tough.
a test in a way. I expect some losses, but it's also how we lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
Results is important, obviously, but I want to see whether we lose the game by
Compete.
small margins or whether we actually go out there and compete. That's what we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind losing. I just want my team to compete and make sure that they give their best. So what are your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts on my team and the performances, the new coach, the way we play football these days?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I've not really watched a whole game of United so far. I've watched bits and pieces, and I've seen what have been done and stuff. I think that win against Everton is the biggest win you've had since you beat with team 5-1. I cannot remember. In the Leeds United 5-1 2-3 seasons ago. That's so that's massive. Three games, 2 wins, 1 draw. Understandable, especially the first one, just coming in. It was difficult. But yeah, it's the good thing I can say about United is the identity. You guys are starting to forge an identity. Things are like starting to look like this is what we're gonna do. We
This is
can
how
see
we
the
play.
patterns.
Yeah.
This is how we play and stuff like that, which is very important for a football club. All these clubs that are doing well, you can basically in the sleep wake up and say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, how does this team do their things, or what is their approach to games? You can know those things. Even a layman in football can tell you that. And that has been a problem for United in the past. Like, you don't really know where they are going to, what they're gonna like, what you expect. And it's also working with some players doing well as well. Players like Rashford, surprisingly, I don't know if it is the early new coach coming into effect, and then he put in all those things. But I see him as a very good player. I always see him as a very good player. So
Yeah.
it's
For
always
him,
sometimes the attitude. Yeah.
quickly for him, yes, exactly. For him, it's not about whether he can do it. For him, it's just his involvement, his
Body
attitude,
language and
basically.
stuff.
Yeah, body language. Whether you want to be here, whether you want to play, you have something to prove. And I think with this new coach, because he is an in-house hire, he's not like like a Ten Hag who was hired by the old guard, and then these new people coming in, they have their coach and they're going to back this coach. So basically, he's the man in charge who has the power. If he doesn't want you in this team, I'm sure that they're going to back him to probably get rid of any player that needs to go. So now all the players are saying that wait a minute. Now I think we have to go and prove ourselves now because everybody's position is under threat. Nobody has a guaranteed starting position in this team anymore. So basically, they're all like there to see if they can be part of his plans. That's why you see all the effort, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
definitely. No,
Yeah.
definitely, and yeah, and other players as well, like Ahmad. He started
Yeah.
the I would say he started the Amorin tenor with a bang, because the first game, I think 2 minutes in, he made a wonderful run. I saw
Assist.
that. I
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
watching the game, assisted Rashford for that goal. This week too, he assisted a couple more goals, and he was man of the match. They say Rashford scored 2, Zaxi scored 2, but the best player on the pitch was Ahmad. That's
Three
what
assists.
everybody
Yeah.
was.
3 assists. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 assists so far already. And last week you mentioned him. When I asked you about who do you think will be a good FPL asset in your team, you mentioned Ahmad. But I was kind of worried because he's a winger, but playing as a
Playing
wing back.
left wing back. Yeah.
So as if he was
Driving
an
back.
attacking, If he was a defender playing that way, then you see him as a good FPL asset. Usually, the way we do things, out of position player. So in a way, he's a kind of regress in a position. But still, if you look at the way Man United play, if you will look at the way Man United structure, he is just in that position. Exactly. You see that one exactly. Like Thread say, play the game, don't play the position. So like people always focus on this player is a right back. Why he is not doing what right backs will do? You know, he's playing wing back. Ahmad should be doing what wing backs should do.
Yeah, I like that.
But play the game. It's the match. It's the game that you are playing, and how can you impact the game in different ways? And Ahmad, yes, if we look at it in FPL, say, oh, he's a wing back, but he's a attacking player playing as a defender, so he's not appealing in FPL. I think we have to take that thing out of the way and say, okay, this guy is a really good player, and then with the structure, the way team is playing, it fits him to the team. Look at the way Man United play against Everton. Of course, Everton have been dreadful, to be honest.
Obviously, yeah.
But next week they play Liverpool, and you will see them become a Lions and stuff like that. Motivated, very motivated. Yeah, exactly. So, but about in the structure, you can see United play 3 at the back. That is the image. That is the image. But when they play the positions, when they have the ball, like Ahmad is absolutely free because Mazraoui will drop to a right back position and Ahmad will go flying up like a winger. You know, he will join the attack. He is as advanced as the striker. The striker is the forward. You can see Zagzi, he drops deep. And then you see Rashford and Bruno Fernandes moving up. Rashford is the right attacking midfielder, and then you have Bruno Fernandes as the left attacking midfielder, or whoever the switch is. Yeah, so you can see one of those players.
Zexi was the FW. So he was basically became the striker who became a 10.
Exactly, the Firmino play the kind of the Firmino will drop it as a 9.5. Yeah. Exactly, and then you have the 2 attacking midfielders going up plus Ahmad. So it seems those 3 are the 3 main attacking. So you have kind of a 4 attacking players. So if I was looking from an FPL point of view, I would say maybe the striker is somebody I will not be so keen on. Even though Zagzi scored 2 goals, he will be the one I will not be so keen on. But looking at Rashford, looking at Bruno's position, looking at Ahmad's position, these are positions you will want these players to be in, especially in average position. Of course, sometimes they are up, sometimes they are down, but they are more up than they are playing at the back. So that's why Ahmad got a couple of assists. Maybe we'll see a lot of assists coming from him, and he's very cheap in the game. I think he's 5 million or something like that. You have a 5 million starting Manchester United player and a team that will create a lot of chances. Creative. He might not score a lot of goals, I don't know, but he will be creating a lot of chances for these players. And at that price point, I think he will be very interesting in FPL. So people should not judge him as a defender in this formation. They should judge him as the role he is playing.
As a winger, yeah. I think interesting thing looking at this formation, right? You see the left attacking midfield and right attacking midfield like coming, being more further forward than the forward. It's because of the 2 profiles of strikers we have. We have Højlund, who is more of a traditional 9, and you have Zex, who he himself said that he's a 9.5. So he's more like a 10 in a way. So there would be games where we utilize them 2 differently. And there was a game where I think both of them played 2, which is a bit weird. But in this game, he is actually like a creative hub. There was one pass, if you watch the highlights, there was a pass that he gave to, I think they drew the defender out all the way down to almost the center of the pitch, and then he gave a pass to Ahmad. It was like, wow, this guy has such much of a vision to put that pass in. So he's creating space so that Ahmad can actually run to and then do the cross, and then he goes back into the box to actually finish. So.
And Everton defenders will not like that because they two defenders they have. They feel so uncomfortable. If the striker they would have to mark will be dropping into the middle.
All the way down.
Nobody will pick him. Nobody will, because the defender will not want to go there. And then you see Bruno and Rashford coming at you, so you don't know who's gonna pick who. Yeah, that's why I think I did not watch the game, but it was perfect to play against a team like Everton.
Yeah.
So, like you say, there might come a game that you will need a 9, a proper 9 in it, and then Højlund
the two attackers will be talking behind him as like 2 10s. In this in this case, I think they are playing like 2 strikers, 2 9s, 2 just going forward. But in other games where probably we're playing against like an Arsenal, so You might see Holland there as the focal point,
exactly.
and then you see the
Exactly.
Fijians actually tucking in behind to just create that protection in there. But yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Especially if you play a defense that like to come out, who are very comfortable coming out, you know, those kind of defenders. So maybe you might want Hoyland to be around the box to wait for those chances to come to him. It's interesting. And then the left wing back, I think that is kind of a little bit less appealing now for me.
Yeah. It's because Dalot is not a left-footed player, basically. He can play as a left what do you call it? Left back, but playing as a left wing back is different because you need the width. If you're a left-footed player, you need the width. You cannot just cut in and actually, you know, because you're creating that you're compacting the play. But if he opens up, if like a Luke Shaw can play there, but we don't know if he's coming back from injury, so we don't want to see him go up and down and, you know, get another injury again. So I'm sure Dalot might somebody else might pick up that position, but for now it's Dalot because that's what we have. Even Malasia is also coming back from injury, but he's also not fit because in midweek last week he was, you know, like the goal that he considered was just, you know, just lack of fitness. So
let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me ask you. So once those two left fullbacks, that is Dalot, Shaw and Malasia hit some level of you know, fitness, and then they are fit to start games for United, you will expect them to play on the left, right? And then of course, and then you will expect Martinez to stay on his left-sided central defense, and then you have your right central defense will be Delete. So the right-sided centre back will become interesting. And Dalot, where does he fit again? And Dalot is an important player for United, I feel. But where does he fit?
He is right now, but I think the competition is going to be between him and Mazraoui. Because they like traditionally they were assigned as right backs. You can say, you know, Mazraoui basically, man, he's one of the, I think he's the most consistent player we've had. Like Bayern just did us a favor by selling him to us for very cheap. If you ask any Man U player, it was like, man, this guy is unbelievable. So I think he can play as, right now he's the right centre back. But Euro is coming back, and the coach spoke very highly of Euro. That man, he's like a new, what do you call it again? I forgot the word that he used. It's like a new center back that has pace and is also very good on the ball. He's very athletic and he's just only 18 years old. So we have these positions, and Dalot, I don't know, to be honest. I think maybe he can play left center back, but the problem is we're going to play so many games that he will get his chance to start some of these games. But his form hasn't been good recently, honestly. So
yeah. But another interesting I would say in this United team is you can see Coach Amorim came in, and then all of a sudden he has improved the performance of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 players, and all of a sudden Man United have a lot of options which you think you didn't have. And you know,
it's not a headache now. Like, well, who's going to play here?
Exactly. This is what this is how you have. This is all about the coaching. It's always about the players you have, make them better, and then you don't even have to think about the transfer market too much because the players you found there, you have made these players
they
better,
improve, and they start scoring. Yeah, all of
exactly.
Last week I was talking to you about we need a striker because all these players now all of a sudden they've scored 2 goals. All the strikers 2 each. So within the space of a week. So yeah, it's good to have these good headaches basically for a manager. Yeah. So enough of ManU. I know we get battered by Arsenal and then everything goes back downside again.
Everything goes back.
Liverpool, Man City, man. Okay, your thoughts on the game? Just give us a brief summary.
Not too much surprises, to be honest. Liverpool playing at home at Anfield is something that, regardless of situation, I'm always confident about that. Man City coming in with the form they were in, you could only see one winner. I think you could only see one winner in that one, even though sometimes people want to stay a little bit humble, wait for the game to play out and stuff like that. But if you know how football works, you like if you are a betting man, you are putting your money on, you will put your money 100% on Liverpool in that game. So Man City were not at their best at all, and Liverpool were flying. So after winning Real Madrid, of course, in midweek with another dominant performance against good confidence. Real Madrid, we have not won since Klopp has been at Liverpool. We have not won against Real Madrid. We have not won against them since When was the last time? I think when we played them, we won them 4-0 in the Champions League second leg. When we eliminated them in the Champions League. I will never forget that game because we made Casillas cry while he was in the pitch on the pitch. Liverpool scored him, many goals, and he was crying while he was on the pitch. So since then we have not beat them. We played a couple of finals. It has always been a disappointing one for us. Something happened, and then they win the game. Sometimes we are the better team, and then so it was good to finally get one over them. Because you don't know when you might need it. Because we might play again in the quarterfinals to have that confidence to win Real Madrid. So that's why the mentality, the mental edge. That's what I wanted. But it's not like a big win in the context of the Champions. It does not decide if Liverpool win the Champions League or not. So but that was big coming into this week, and then following up back-to-back 2-0 wins against Real Madrid and Manchester City, your biggest rivals, I would say, because Champions Europe is Real, and then in the Premier League it has to be Manchester City. They are the team to beat. These are the two teams to beat in this competition. So to beat them was good. So the Man City game, I was not really surprised. I know many people say like Liverpool could have won the game by more, which was absolutely right. The 2-0 is a flattering result for Manchester City. Van Dijk could have scored a hat-trick. Yeah, 3 headers, very good balls in. And
even
then,
I was shocked. Yeah, I was like,
even himself, he was like, why couldn't I score that one? Trent also came close to scoring. Other players also have some good chances in that game. Salah should have scored more than one goal in that one. So the results.
He had the. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
before he scored the penalty.
Exactly.
I was like. Yeah,
I was thinking, what? I don't know why he did not round the keeper. Maybe too is the penalty he missed against Real Madrid recently. It played in his head. After that missed penalty, like he was terrible in that Real Madrid game. Even though he got the assist, I think earlier in that game. So yeah, it was interesting. I was impressed with the players who came in. Something that people don't necessarily give Liverpool credit for too much is the strength of the squad they have, the squad depth. Things keep changing in this team, and then people don't realize it. Like there was a time here we talk about Alisson is out, and I say, okay, Kelleher is coming. He makes us feel when Alisson out. We don't feel that Alisson is out.
You barely don't even realize that if Alisson is playing or not.
Exactly. Right back, the same thing. When Trent was out, what Bradley did, look at what he did against Mbappe in the game against Real Madrid. And this happens everywhere. Exactly. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, Joe Gomez came in for Ibu Konate, who is out. Joe Gomez was absolutely flawless. He was absolutely flawless. In the midfield, Curtis Jones was the best player against Real Madrid, in my opinion. I know McAllister get the player of the match, but Curtis Jones was benched yesterday in the game against City, and then the other players came in and then do the job. Darwin dropped to the bench.
Szoboszlai was my man of the match.
Exactly. You see Szoboszlai what he did. You see what he exactly.
I was like, yeah, this guy gets it. Yeah.
I
was impressed.
Yeah. So in terms of Liverpool, I think the team, maybe 2 positions you can say, that is Salah and Van Dijk. Maybe these positions will change, and then we might suffer a little bit. But last season we saw Salah left. Salah was injured after the African Cup of Nations. Liverpool were more in the title race last season without Salah than when Salah came back. We struggled when he came back. So we can deal with these situations, and that is the biggest trend I can say about this team, which I love most. And yes, of course, we have some very, very good players in that team. Like I say, Van Dijk, the Salahs, and Alisson. These are top players in their position. They are one of the best, if not the best, in the world. But the support system they have in the team, the players that are coming in, the fringe players that are coming in, and then making us not feel like we have missed these world-class players. That is the biggest thing I think we can say about this Liverpool team. And credit to the coach. Klopp did it, but I think this guy has kind of taken it to another level. He has kind of taken that thing to another level. All these players are flying. But again, when a team is doing well, everything goes right. It's easier to talk about things like that. But it has been absolutely, impressive to see. Injuries are starting to kick in. Ibu Konate could be out until the end of the year. He has been immense. I think he has been, actually, if I say he has been our best defender, even though Van Dijk has been the leader. But in terms of play, game to game, I think he has been the best defender who has been defending for us. So we will miss him. But again, other players will come in and cover, and then things will look just seamlessly. Yeah, but impressive. What did you make of the game?
I mean, funny thing is, for the first time, I actually enjoyed, because other games at Anfield with Man City, it's like how do you say, it's like a deadlock. Like it's going to end in a draw even before the game starts, and that's the way the game looks when you're watching it. But this time around, like you can tell that Liverpool wanted. I
Yeah.
think they wanted to prove something to Man City that hey, we're a better team now. We know you guys are struggling. That means we are coming in and we're going to take these 3 points. We're going to score as many goals as possible. On another day, I think it could have been like 5, probably even 6, because you guys missed a lot. And Man City were not even creating anything. That's the funny thing about it. There was no chance that I saw that.
We gave them Van Dijk gave them the only chance they had. That one he gave to De Bruyne.
I think I stopped watching at that point. But yeah, I mean, it was a good game. And you can tell Liverpool, man, the way you guys were zipping the ball, passing like fast, accurate, like you could barely see where the weaknesses of the team were. And that's gonna say a lot, when you're
Yeah, and another thing that was very impressive, that I did not mention is we have not seen that pressing, relentless pressing, Liverpool have been doing on a club, but for that first 20 minutes against City,
you guys pressed
we are so aggressive in our pressing, because now we are more reserved, try to save the energy. I'm happy to see that we still have that style in it.
You can do it when you have to.
When we need it. And that is really, really good. But like you say, it could have been more, but we did not score that second goal. And it was becoming nervy because it's Manchester City. Anything, 1 minute, anything can change.
Because Salah missed. I was like, man,
it's crazy.
We all know in football. If you don't take your chances, sometimes you suffer. You pay for them, and it's good that you guys put that second goal in. But if not, it would have been but when this guy came in, what's this guy, the winger? When he came in, that's when things kind of changed. Even though he was doing the same thing and was creating a few chances here and there, but Doku, it's very tricky. But Trent dealt with him, I think, relatively well.
Yeah, then he got tired. He got tired, and then we had to take him out. Yeah, but yeah, of course, Doku is the difficult. It's a tricky one to defend, definitely. So he will beat Trent sometimes. But again, like I always try to tell people, he played the game. Don't look at he will get beat. That is normal. But you look at the
pass. About it too much. Yeah, don't think about it.
Yeah, exactly. People too focus on Trent is 1v1. But Trent will the wingers have to defend Trent when Trent have the ball as well. Don't forget that. And that's what happened. Look at the two goals. The first goal, where was Trent? He was in the middle of the pitch as a 6. He dropped the ball into behind the fullback, and then Salah had a 1v1 with Akanji. That's where the goal came from. Of course, everybody will remember that Salah's pass was exceptional. But where that pass came from before he get to Salah, if Trent did not create that 1v1 for Salah, we will not get there. Second half, he created another big chance, another good pass for Salah. That's what I see. People are complaining on the Kotu Classic. That pass was absolutely exceptional from Trent. You have to defend him as much as you have to try to beat him. Yeah. So, which is also very difficult. He can impact games by himself. Yeah, but anyways, we can move on.
So, talking about game week 14, which is this midweek, 3rd December. So it's actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, tonight, actually, for me.
As well. Yeah. I don't know for some reason. I thought it was Wednesday. Wow, okay.
Things are coming fast.
Things are coming fast, man. So first game we have Ipswich, Crystal Palace, Leicester, West Ham. Then Wednesday we have Everton, Wolves, Man City, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Liverpool, Southampton,
it's a tricky one for us, though.
And then it's tricky. And then Arsenal, Man United, and then Aston Villa, Brentford. Then Thursday we have Fulham, Brighton, Bournemouth, Spurs. So yeah, it seems like a difficult run of fixtures in a way. But, the points, Man City, maybe against Forest, at home. Even though Forest is not an easy team, we all know that.
It will be tricky for them.
But they have to win this game if they want to stand any chance of qualifying for Europe. For Europe, it's funny saying this it's very funny saying this because we haven't.
It's funny, yeah. But 7 games.
We're not used to this.
6 losses. Manchester City, coached by Pep.
We are not used to this. So it's a bit strange, It's so strange that we're actually feeling sorry for them now in a way.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them, to be honest. I really felt sorry when Liverpool fans were
Sacked in the
kind
morning.
of
Yeah.
sacking him, and it got to him. It got to him even
Of
in his
course it
in
will.
his post
Yeah.
match press conference. He was like he didn't expect it from the Liverpool fans because he respects the Liverpool fans. So I feel for him. It is hurting because I remember when Klopp was in this situation, it was really painful. I can see it. Like he cannot do anything to change it.
Anything about
But
it, yeah.
and then you have to stick there. The game will come. It's not gonna wait for you. Nobody's gonna wait for you. It's sad to see, to be honest, from a great manager like him. But I think he will fix it.
Yeah,
He will fix it.
If you stay long enough, he should have left when he was on the high. But now I think he's gonna have to go to another mini rebuild. Maybe who knows? Maybe when Rodri gets back and they're back to their winning ways. But he needs to make changes and they need to sign some players. Basically, that's it.
I think he was there. I think he built two squads for Man City since he came in. The first squad, they win the league until Liverpool won that small title. I can remember that season. Everybody was saying Pep will leave. I think that was the year he had some difficult things during the COVID. He was so stressed that time, but it was not as extreme as this one. Like the form, it's not as extreme as this one. So that's why it's different. But he was in this situation before, and then he fixed it. So you will expect him to fix it again.
I think the problem with him is he's done so well fixing the problems that he feels overconfident that he can do it. But now the issue is they have an aging squad that they've always relied upon, and also they did not recruit properly. So you see where the problem is going to be.
Yeah, recruitment is so bad for Man City.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're recruiting. Yeah, terribly.
They're so important players, and then they never replace them. Look, Alvarez was one of their most important players last season. Even though he's not the star, when Haaland is not there, Alvarez will cover that position seamlessly. When Haaland is there, Alvarez can play with him. When De Bruyne is not there, Alvarez can. So he was very, very important. You can say Rodri is a very important player, most important player for Man City. But Alvarez was a very, very important player for them, and they sold him. And without replacing him, which it was not a good thing, considering, like you say, De Bruyne and the others, they are not playing now. Look at them. If Alvarez was there, he would have been doing something good. He's still young. He just won the World Cup. Look at I don't think that was a good decision from them.
Shouldn't have let him go. Yeah, shouldn't have let him go. But yeah, so which games do you think we'll focus on for FPL right now? I don't see a lot of games because
I think Chelsea definitely. They have been in good form. Southampton.
Okay, I've been away. Yeah,
I
guess so.
They will play it into Chelsea's hand again. That is what they do. They want to play their coach. They are even accusing their coach of not liking the team. Like not thinking about the team, he's thinking about himself. He's selfish in a way.
His style of play. Okay,
so
he just play nice football. I don't want to win.
So that exactly. Football. Then eventually another big team will come and pick me up because I play like advanced football, offensive football. Just like they did
players for it. Yeah.
Company did last season. Everybody was praising Company for trying to play
and
now he's at Bayern. So maybe he's looking at Company and say, okay, if I do what I stick to my beliefs and do even if we get relegated, I don't care. Another team will come and pick me up because of the style of football. I am the type of manager. So they're accusing him of that, the coach. I have heard the Southampton fans say things like this. So he should be more pragmatic in his approaches and try to get points rather than try to focus on. Look at last week we played against them, right? We didn't even mention that week before last. That was week before last. We played against them 3-2. How many goals did they give Liverpool? Like the first goal, they were passing the ball around in their goal. The goalkeeper threw the ball outside. They are passing it around. They cannot clear it properly. Liverpool, press them, win the ball, and then score from that. And then they made another mistake. These mistakes are happening for them very badly. So Chelsea definitely, it could be a good game for Chelsea if Chelsea can press well. I don't know Chelsea's pressing style how it is, but if they can press well, they can hurt them because Southampton they don't change. You can force mistakes on Southampton. So that is a game that I will be looking at as an FPL game. The other one. You will have think Aston Villa, but Aston Villa, the form they are on right now, you will not you will not fancy them there too much. I think that's the only one here you will look at. Man United Arsenal should be interesting game, of course, for football reason. But also maybe for FPL reason. I like Arsenal are flying, but Man United have pickup. Man United have pickup. So
it's gonna be interesting.
If this was a couple of weeks or 3 weeks ago, we would have been here, everybody on Saka and the Arsenal players trying to pile up on them. But now you don't look at it that way, right?
It's different now. Okay, so we look at game week 15 as well, since we're doing both of them together.
Yeah.
Everton, Liverpool, which is got the Merseyside derby. Aston Villa, Southampton, Brentford, Newcastle. Crystal Palace, Man City, Man U, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Arsenal, Ipswich, Bournemouth, Leicester, Brighton, Spurs, Chelsea. That's a big one. And then West Ham, Wolves. So, man, it kind of seems like this season is, before it was very easy to kind of pick games where this is going to be like a high scoring game for one team, but now it's getting more and more difficult. Is it because of the unpredictability of the league, or what's going on? I find it a bit slightly difficult to pick like clear winners or clear games where we need to target. But
yeah, it's difficult. Like I what I can say, because last week we have a lot, right? Last week we have a lot of good games, and then this week we don't have a lot of. We have none, almost none. This week, the 2 weeks. So this season, the FPS is like, it's not very well balanced. Let's say it like that, because some week you have a lot of good games on your hands, and some week you have a lot of bad games on your hands. So
but it's not spread out nicely. It's basically
not spread out nicely. Exactly. It's lumped together. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you say Liverpool we have two difficult fixtures, I would say. I know people will not look at it that way. Newcastle, they lost recently, and then we have Everton. They have been battered by United. But it's a Merseyside derby. We are going to them. Anything can happen. They can injure our players. Usually we have bad record with injuries in this game, and so it's usually a battle. It's not just about the result. It's usually a battle, and we have bigger things to think about this season than going with battle with Everton. But you have to do it, because that is what this game what this game brings for you.
The history.
So you have to. Exactly. You have to. If you don't battle, you don't come out on top, or else you might get injured and stuff like that. So I just hope that we can come on the other side. They have been struggling in form, but when the derby comes, I think they will turn up. They will turn up. They will be ready for it. They will want to be the team that stop Liverpool. So it will be difficult. I will fancy Liverpool again to win because of the quality of players they have. But 2 back-to-back away fixtures against Newcastle, I think these are banana skin fixtures for me. Both of them. Yeah, so but FPL wise, Aston Villa again, they have a nice fixture again, 2 back-to-back nice fixture, but nobody is talking about them because of the form they are in. Playing Brentford at home, who have only 1 clean sheet so far this season. Southampton at home, back-to-back games. Everybody should be on Watkins, everybody should be on Rodgers, everybody should be talking about these players. But the form is something that even though we don't want to think about it sometimes too much, but in their case, it's becoming a worry this season, right? I don't know. Do you think we should go there?
Like I was considering Watkins, but then looking at things the way the past few weeks, like I don't feel like the price is warranted when you have other like very cheap forwards that are there that are doing the business. You don't want to hedge your bets, but I mean it's a gamble. It can pay off. Like if you go there early, like 1 or 2 game weeks earlier than when they click. Especially when is the last Champions League game before the break? Maybe when they focus on the league and the cup, maybe they probably have more time to
it's gonna be really difficult because don't forget the Champions League games have been extended. You used to play 6, and then this season is 8. Yeah. So this week they are playing in the cup. This week they are playing in the league midweek. So they have 3 games in 1 week in the Premier League, and then after that, I don't know if they are still in the FA Cup or not, or in the League Cup or not. If they are there, they have to play the following week midweek in the League Cup, and then they play the league again, and then play the Champions League in between. Play the league. So there is no time for rest right now. There's a lot of games coming in, so you have to be ready for it. So some teams can deal with these situations better, especially if you have experience in it. But Villa, they don't. So that is the problem they have.
ManU Forest, you think is gonna be? It's at home. I think I feel a bit more confident about because they beat us last time. I think.
I think United with what Amorim have brought in this for a few games, I think you would expect them again. If it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, you will not fancy them too much, even if it's at home. But it is tricky a little bit because Forest can be very. Like they sit back and defend well. So it is another game that I would say it might suit Zagzi if the Forest are gonna sit back, then somebody will drop and try to draw the defenders.
Fulham Arsenal. You see, but it's a way though. So
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, Fulham, very difficult to say what to expect from them.
Mhm.
Very difficult to say. Like this week they will win a very look at they play very good game against
Like
Spurs last week.
yeah.
Last week they lost at home 4-1
Uh-huh.
against who was it? Wolves. They are very difficult to know what to expect from them. But Arsenal have
Same
been,
as Spurs, yeah.
Odegaard is back too. Don't forget.
Mhm.
So you will expect Arsenal to win this one because they want to
Mhm.
stay in the race, right? So I would expect Arsenal to win this one. So that's why I even expect Arsenal to win against United, but it will be difficult. United can give them a difficult game in midweek.
Which is what I want as a Man
Mhm.
U fan. I don't want to get hopes up that we beat Arsenal, we are back, we're going to win. No, no, no. I just want to see progress because I know we've played them before. We have been terrible these past few years. We have been
Yeah.
terrible, but we sometimes we go there and we can give them a game because
Compete.
it's basically like a derby. We are competitors basically. So yeah, but I want to see progress. Us playing we now have a fixed way of playing, and we want to
Yeah.
see how
If
far we can
United
go.
win,
Let's
if
start
United
small.
win that game, if United win that game,
Yeah, it's
it
gonna be
will
a
be
problem.
then Amorim will be.
Pressure. The pressure is going to be on him because it's like, okay, you can do it against Arsenal. Therefore, you should do it against
the,
every big tough
yeah, the Rios will
team in the
start. The
league.
Rios will start. Amorim at the wheel again.
We don't want to be too hyped up, man. But
Yeah.
so share your boss team. Let's see. You can start with yours, and then I can get on
Oh,
mine.
I already made a transfer, man. I'm already on it.
Oh
I'm
wow.
already on it. I could not wait because I like I say, I've been a little bit too late. So I would expect him to blank again this week. This is my team. um yeah, I brought in Saka finally. After contemplating it a few weeks ago when he has killed me with some big calls, I have to bring him in, and I have
Yeah.
to join the crowd, which
You're
is not
safe. You're
something that
safe
I
now.
enjoy. Yeah, it's something I don't. It's not something I enjoy at all doing. I always want to get there earlier than others. But yeah,
Uh,
it is what it is. So hopefully going forward, I will try to get the next ones right. That's the only thing I can say. But this is my team, my boss team for now. I think it would be my team going into the game week. It will be Sanchez in goal, Southampton, Pedro Porro against Bournemouth, Trent against Newcastle, and Lucas Digne against Brentford. Then you have in midfield Mo Salah, Palmer. Palmer will be my captain. Buemo, Aston Villa, and then Saka, United. Then up top you have Solanke, who had an illness last week, so I don't know if he will be back.
oh, that's why they didn't play. Okay.
Yeah, and then you have I'm gonna go with the Welbeck and the João Pedro double up again. I might change Welbeck out for Minte because I'm slightly optimistic that he will play more minutes.
Hmm.
I'm not so confident about the start. If I was very confident about the start, I would start him because last week he came in for Brighton in the last 5 minutes for his first game since he's coming back from injury, and then immediately you can see the impact that he
Full
had.
impact.
He
Yeah.
created two like he played 2 minutes. He created two chances for them. He got a chance himself in the game, taking the set pieces and stuff like that. So I could see it. I'm quite optimistic. I'm sure he will play more minutes this week, but I'm not as confident if he will start. If that changes, I might start him over Welbeck because Welbeck is now dropping off. I can see it,
Hmm.
and João Pedro is back, so I can see Welbeck getting that rest in like very soon. He has been there every single time,
Yeah,
and
they're gonna
then we are getting
start
to the
managing. Yeah.
busy period. So I would expect him. I would expect changes in the Brighton team.
Okay. Yeah. Let me share my team for 14. Give me 14. Looks like this. Boss team Verbruggen. Even though I have him and Flecken. Flecken plays Aston Villa and is away, so I decided to go with Verbruggen. So that's fine.
Mhm.
Vardiol. I mean, he was
You
benched
like the
against
Dutch
you
guys,
guys.
right? You went with the Dutch goalkeepers.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, because they're both cheap. So me, I don't like to think about keepers a lot. But yeah. Vardiol, I hope he plays. I hope he's back in the starting lineup against Nottingham Forest. But I don't like,
Yeah.
I don't like benching
What
expensive defenders. You know
what
me.
happened? What happened? What happened to Guardiola? I heard he was the weak
I think,
link. People were saying he was
yeah,
the weak link, but I don't know.
he had a few like howlers basically. So I think maybe Pep just decided to just hide him, to just protect him basically from all the fans and stuff like that. Give him a rest as well. So yeah, he can go. He's a good player basically, but the whole team is suffering with confidence. So confidence issues. So I don't think he is. I think it's good for Pep to rest him. I hope he
Mhm.
comes back into the team though. That's my thing. So Gabriel, I think they said Gabriel was taken off before 68 minutes. Before the
Yeah,
68th minute.
he was taken off. I don't know if he was before the 60th. No, after the 60th, because he got his
9 points, is
his
it? 9?
9 points. Well, you can just click on him and you can see the minutes, like on your team, and then you can see how many minutes he played. View information. Yeah, how many minutes? 45. Oh,
45,
45. He played half. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. I hope he plays too. Hold fast. There's Sam. My these cheap defenders, they don't really do much for me anyways. So he goes there to make up the numbers. Salah is there, Rogers, Palmer, Saka, and Semenyo, who's coming back from too much ban, I think. He should be back in Sunday. And then up top, I have Jackson and then Cunha. So Joao Pedro is on the bench. He is the one that came out for Semenyo, who's playing at home, which I think is an advantage to have. And then Vandenberg and then Nuri. So, yeah. Captain is on Saka for now. He's playing against ManU, which is a bit strange. So I might switch that to Palmer because I don't have a clear captain because most of these games are tough, man. Like my Salah is playing away to Newcastle. Tough. So, it's going to be a very crucial decision who my captaincy is going to be. But it's between Palmer and Saka for now.
Yeah. Actually, I think about the Saka one. Like, he was the one my captaincy, I'm thinking about it ahead of time. Saka was the one I was thinking, this game week is the game week I will captain Saka. But eventually, Man United have a turn, like in terms of the form and stuff, and the way they are playing. I still expect Saka to do well, but I'm not as confident as before. That's why I stick it to Palmer, even though I prefer the home captaincy.
Yeah, that's
but again,
the thing,
the way Southampton are playing, the way they give it to you as an opponent, that is something that's but again,
might go off again. Yeah, it might go off.
Yeah, in recent weeks, I've been waxing lyrics on captaincy, and I've been messing it up. I think back to back weeks I've blanked, so maybe Saka is the one. Maybe you are right.
We'll see. But it's difficult to captain somebody against your own team. That's an issue.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done. I don't think I've ever done that in FPL in my life. Never.
It's just a Boston captaincy, but don't be surprised if I switch it to Palmer and then be more, at least with myself. I don't like doing that.
It's not fun at all.
It's not fun at all. It's not fun. It's not fun. Okay, I think we've covered both game weeks to the best of our ability, at least. So yeah, I've come to the end of the pod. We've discussed a lot, so hopefully we get this out before tomorrow. That's the plan because it covers 2 game weeks. So
yeah,
I'm sure the one tomorrow is going to be a bit late, but if we can get it out today, which I'll try to do, that'll be good. So thank you guys for supporting the pod. We are the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. Check out the Gambian Football on YouTube on Jollof Football Bantaba as always. Thank you guys for supporting us, and please like and subscribe and share. Catch you guys on the next one.
Goodbye, guys.